Hi everyone. So our next book this week is another one of my favorite books, and it's called The Mitten. This is another great book, and this is by Jan Brett, and last week we read another book by her, and it was called The Hat. So this book is by the same author, and it's called The Mitten. So we see lots of animal characters on the front cover. Can you name some of the animals that you see? These are the characters in the story that we're going to read about. Okay, let's start. The Mitten. Once there was a boy named Nicky. He wanted mittens as white as snow. If you drop a white mitten in the snow, it will be hard to find, his grandmother told him. But Nicky wanted snow white mittens so much that Baba made them for him. When she finished knitting, Nicky put on the mittens and went out to play. It wasn't long before one mitten fell off. A little mole found it and crawled inside. It was just the right side, so he decided to stay. Let's see the mole. There's a tiny little mole here. A rabbit came hopping by. He wiggled in next to the mole. Let's see the rabbit and the mole. A hedgehog wanted to get warm. The mole and the rabbit made room for him. So let's go over those animals. First we had the mole, then the rabbit, and then the hedgehog. Let's see who's next. The owl. The owl didn't need to be left out. So the mole, the rabbit, and the hedgehog had to move over. The little mitten was getting crowded. So we have mole, rabbit, hedgehog, and owl. A badger looked out of his house and saw the mitten. He climbed right in. It started to snow, so a fox pushed his way right in and made himself right at home. So let's see if we can remember. We had mole, rabbit, hedgehog, owl, badger, and fox so far. And let's see who will be the next animal. Then a big bear sniffed at the mitten. The animals were packed in tight, but the bear didn't care. He crawled in anyway. The mitten was getting bigger and bigger and bigger. Do you think the bear is gonna fit in the mitten? Let's find out. Then a tiny mouse squeezed in and perched herself on the big bear's nose. So let's see if we can remember the order that the animals went in the mitten. First we had the mole, then the rabbit, then the hedgehog, then the owl, then the badger, then the fox, then the bear, and last the mouse. The mouse's whiskers tickled the bear's nose. Achoo, the bear sneezed, and all the animals flew out of the mitten. Oh my goodness. Nicky saw his mitten sail up into the air. From the window, Baba watched Nicky catch his mitten. See, Baba, he called to her, I have both my mittens. And Baba smiled. The end. That was a great story. So in this story, we saw lots of animal characters. Those are all the animals in the book, in the story. So for your activity today, I want you to cut out your animals from the story using your worksheet, and you're also going to cut out your mitten. And then you're going to put the animals in your mitten in the order of the story. So I'll show you, I have the animals here. So we have first the mole, second the rabbit, third the hedgehog, fourth the owl, fifth the badger, sixth the fox, seventh the bear, and eighth the mouse. So I want to see if you can put your animals in order of how they entered the mitten in the story. And you can also color your animals and color your mitten.